Well, today is November 7, 2020. It's a day that for some of you is historic, something to remember. It's a big change here in this country. And I thought, I want to celebrate this with something just to kind of mark the date. And it doesn't have to be the most special wine ever. It doesn't have to be the most fantastic or expensive thing, but it's something that maybe means something to you or in a particular context. So I picked a Chateau Musar 2000, which in a way to me signals a new beginning. Of course, it was the turn of the century, turn of the millennium, but there's nothing saying that you can't celebrate a new beginning in that way, and maybe with some hope and some celebration as well. So here we are, 2020, 20-year-old Chateau Musar. It's in its prime right now. It could wait, of course, as you guys know, or it could be enjoyed. We're gonna be having this with some friends, so I can't really steal too much of it. I have this much. Now the color is what I would say typical older Musar, which is sort of on the lighter brown, not lighter, maybe a little bit of brown, the little bit of red. The rim is almost clear. It's not orange, right around the it's just I don't know how to show you that. It's kind of clear and a little bit runny in a funny kind of way. The nose, on the nose, it's very what they call autumnal, Musar. 2020 was a regular year, except I think it got really hot at the beginning of the summer and in August. So they harvested a little bit earlier. The yields were low, but I'm not sure it had a big impact on the quality of the wine. The Cabernet Sauvignon, I think, expressed itself more in a year like that, and maybe we'll see that on the nose and on the palate. Again, that's just typical Musar, dried fruit, a little bit of underbrush, spicy, not herb spicy, but spicy, more kind of sort of leather, wood again, not from the barrel, but wood, like sort of damp wood from the forest. Just it's so typical. It's so hard to mistake for anything else, and maybe I should try more things, but basically based on my experience. And a little bit of licorice on the end here, but not as much of the menthol of the alcohol you get in a more alcoholic wine. This is 13.5%, typical sort of the Musar, and then very nice that way. There's a little bit of smoke on this. Just again, very interesting. But to me, what was important was the year. It's good to have in your cellar something for every occasion, not necessarily because it's the right combination with food or the right price or the right people. It's just that something is you feel like, and sure enough, you kind of have it, and somehow in your mind it makes sense. And to me, that's one of the pleasures of building a cellar over time with a variety of things, because you don't really know what you're going to want when. And when you want it, you're basically not going to have it if you didn't somehow put it there, at some random time in the past. Anyway, let's try. Lots of acidity. I think it's going to be very nice with dinner. It's going to continue to open. I didn't want to shock it by decanting it and putting it back in the bottle. I think it's going to do fine in people's glasses. But it does have this, again, dried fruit and spirit taste that older Musars get. They sort of end up, in a little bit of in a wine, but with a little bit of a spirit attached to it. And even though it's not very alcoholic, it's just the way the wine ages and the way the fruit turns into drier alcohol, over time. Very good. Not very long finish at this point, but I think it's going to change throughout the evening. Look at that color. Terrific. And I think 2000 was not necessarily one of their, canonic years from that point of view, but it's certainly a very high quality Musar in the range that you expect. It's not off in some direction like the 2010 we had, or the 2008 whether it was too hot or the fun year, whatever. This is classic Musar with all that you come to expect from something like that. Anyway, 2000 again, as we said. Enjoy, hopefully this new beginning, and then we'll see you soon.